Welcome foodies, welcome back to Shari's Kitchen. So today we'll be making my immune booster shots. So considering the everlasting pandemic that we have been going through, plus we're in the middle of flu season, our body more than deserve a little extra help. So just add this to your self-care list, alright? So let me give you the ingredients. First, you'll need some ginger root, alright? Next, some turmeric root. Now bear in mind, if you don't have the turmeric root, you can use the turmeric powder. I've used it before and it is just as good, so not to worry if you can't get the root. Next, you'll need some lemons, and lastly you're going to need some green apples, and I use the green apple as a substitute for the honey. I find it more natural because they add a lot of things to the honey sometimes, so you can go ahead and use the honey or the apple. So I went ahead and washed everything, but before we move on, guys, please don't forget your gloves. I mistakenly forget to put on my gloves, and the turmeric is very stainy, so it's like that. But hey, never mind, I can get rid of it. So I'm just chopping up everything now, and yes, I didn't bother to put on the gloves. As we would say back home, wagan bad morning can't come good evening. Simply meaning, if something was already going bad or something has already gone bad, then it won't be good in the evening. I believe that's the explanation. But anywho, so I'm just peeling the lemons right now. I mean, I guess you can use the lemon rind if you want, but I don't want it to be too harsh while I want it to be potent. So I just peel the lemons, and I'm just going to continue chopping up everything into reasonable sizes. Okay? So once you're able to wash the ginger and the turmeric root properly, there is no big need to peel them because we're going to blend and strain. So you can just wash them properly and cut them as they are. All right. So a little trick I found on the internet: if your cutting board is sliding away, just wet a piece of napkin, put it underneath, and you're good as gold. All right. So we have everything nicely chopped and ready. We have our blender here, and I know you may have seen this recipe being done with the juicer mostly, but don't forget that it can be achieved using just your blender. I also have a clean bowl and my strainer that we'll be using a little later on. I'll be using two size strainer also, that big one and a smaller one. So now we're just going to go ahead and add half of the portion into the blender. Oh, I have a big size blender, but if you have a smaller one, you can blend in 3 sets because you don't want to pat them up too much. So you just work with it based on the size of the blender that you have. All right. So I'm adding 1 cup of water right now, and if we need any more, we add it later on. Okay. So let's start blending. We want to ensure that everything is blended properly. Now I'm adding half cup more water, so that's a cup and a half. And now it's time to strain. So I'm just pouring half of this, and then you're going to use a spoon, not this one, but you're going to use a spoon and just to press and push and get out all the juice as much as possible, because this is good stuff. You don't want to be wasting this. And also there are some people that use cheesecloth, so you can use your cheesecloth if you have one for this recipe instead of the strainer. So anyone will work perfectly fine. All right, so I'm just adding the second batch, and we're going to repeat the same process. It's a cup and a half of water. If you need to scoop things down at the side, go ahead and do so everything can be blended properly. All right. So straining this a few times actually makes it so much easier to drink, personally speaking. So I'll be straining it 3 times because this is the way I prefer, but you can go ahead and strain it once or even twice or whatever works for you. But I find that it is so much easier to drink when I take out some of the remains, as you can see, and each time I do it, it will get lesser and lesser. All right. So for the third and final strain, I'll be using a smaller strainer, which will take a slower time, but it will get it even smoother than the bigger one. Foodies, then I wonder if you really see how rich and pretty this look. So how cute are these 2 ounces clear glass bottles that I found on Amazon? So I just want to take them as a shot in the morning. So I'm just filling out a week's worth, and then I'll be putting them in the refrigerator, and in the morning time I can just grab one before I have breakfast. It even came with the little funnels, which is so helpful. So to dandy up things a little bit, I got some labels and I decided to label them, and just to make them look extra cute. And this is how we are looking, foodies. This is my daily immune shots. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was so much of a pleasure making this for you to share it with you guys. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to try this recipe and let me know how it is. Comment down below, like the video, share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.